Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. Thank you so much for showing up here, Gemini. I appreciate you. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome, welcome. I hope you'll hit that subscription button and the bell button if you end up liking this programming. Thank you so much for doing that. Gemini, if you're my ride or die and you're here all the time, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. We are looking at 3 hands this week, Gemini. So it's my effort to try and find all of the extra energies, right? Instead of just doing one reading, sometimes these 3 hands that I'm doing will relate to each other and sometimes they won't. But let's find out what's coming up for you in the week ahead. It's always going to be for the week ahead, Gemini. Whenever you find my readings, no matter if you find them today, tomorrow, or next year, they're always going to be for the week ahead. Let's find out what's coming up for you, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini, please. Tell me about Gemini. We are looking at some sort of really big choice here, Gemini. The Judgment card has come out. So it feels like you are looking over details of what you can change, what you think you should be doing next. It feels like a big decision is being made here. Tell me about Gemini. We have the 2 of Cups. Somebody's making a really big decision, possibly about love. It could be. We do have the 9 of Pentacles. I want to say that, everything happens in its own time, right? The Judgment card tells us, it reveals to us that whatever's meant for us will never pass us by. Because if it does come to us, Gemini, and we don't see it right away, we're not ready to see it, not ready for the opportunity, maybe I'm just using as an example, maybe the job offered itself to us and we felt like we weren't qualified enough, so we didn't apply for it, but it would have been ours if we did. I feel like that's sort of the situation we're looking at here. Some of you, it could be about a business that's opening, but we do have love as well. So for some of you, it might be you've decided that you're confident enough that you've got enough money in the bank that you can quit your 9 to 5 and get into a business. If you do, I feel like it flourishes really quickly here because of the 9 Pentacles. And then we have the 2 of Cups. So for some of you, you're making decisions in business or maybe to leave your 9 to 5 and go to a business. And for others of you, I feel like you're making a decision about love here. Either way, the Judgment card is about whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. It will continually repeat the pattern of offering you whatever the opportunity is until you finally see the worth in it. The universe is not going to stop offering you the opportunities just because you're not ready, which absolutely means that whatever is meant for you is going to show up. It's whether you see it or not that is the issue, right? Because no matter where we are in our lives, some of us are, sometimes we're weighed down by things that we can't change, right? And things that feel like they're out of our reach or things that we can't change. We've got the Death card in the reverse. I want to say with the Death card in the reverse, it's like you were unwilling to change or unwilling to make a difference, a different choice. It feels like you were struggling with change. So for some of you, I feel like we are talking about a new leap in love here. We've got the Fool, which is the leap of faith, right? It is touching the Judgment card and the 2 of Cups. So it feels like you are going to make a decision that is of the heart space. It doesn't have to be about a relationship, but it can be about someone you love, or you're making this decision with love. So we do have the Fool. And, this can be compassion for the self as well, right? It can be, it's about a choice. It's not necessarily always about a relationship or love, but it is about a choice. And I feel like you're making a huge choice in your world to take a leap forward to something here. And it does feel like with the 9 of Wands that you're just tired of your own crap. I'm going to say, like, the 9 of Wands is giving me the energy of, I'm just tired of the bullshit, Elsie. I'm tired of fighting myself. I'm tired of trying to fix things that are not mine to fix. I'm tired of not changing. We do have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. It feels to me like you keep running away from happiness, or you keep running away from the thing that's going to make you the happiness. And it feels like the only reason that you're unable to find that happiness is possibly because you're unwilling to change. However, I see something is showing up to you again here, Gemini. There is something that is coming around to you again. It could be an idea or a notion. It could be an opportunity in the Pentacle world or in love. But I feel like this thing is going to show up to you again to see if you're ready or not. Tell me what the Judgment card is bringing, please. we've got the moon. So the universe is not showing it to you completely. I feel like the universe is like, let's see how Gemini is going to react to the thing that they don't know is coming at them. And that's really the way that the universe works, right? Sort of under the radar. Because if it was like in your face and telling you, look, pick me, you might pick that thing, but you might not be ready to pick that thing. So I feel like the moon energy is here to say things are not as they seem. The universe is making you feel it, making you know that it's coming. It's like a feeling that's happening right now. We do have the Page of Swords and the Empress. Look, it is abundance. I feel like you are making a choice, Gemini, to cut the crap. I want to say, like the Page of Swords is here, and that's the person who is ready to learn. You've decided to open your mind to different opportunities, right? The moon is here. And so with the Judgment card here, I feel like you are going to make a decision, because no matter what is in the moon energy, you are moving forward to abundance, whether it's the Nine of Pentacles or the Empress energy. The Empress could be a person in your life, absolutely, but you could be the Empress. Take that as it resonates. I know you're Gemini, but the Empress is also an energy, right? She is Taurus and Libra, but only because she's a Venusian sign, right? And it does represent love, but also the Empress is abundance, right? When the Empress drops, a drop in the ocean, it ripples everywhere. I feel like you have decided or made a big decision to learn about how to be the Empress, or to learn about where to get your abundance. But I feel like you had to wait for it to show up in a certain respect in order for you to see it. Tell me what the leap of faith is, please, for Gemini. We have the Six of Swords. You're leaving somewhere here. I feel like what you're doing is leaving behind the energy of holding back. We do have the Strength card here, and then we do have the Five of Wands. I feel like what you are taking a leap of faith in is the Six of Swords. What you are leaving here, right, what you've decided you're going to depart from, is a chaotic situation or a chaotic life, or fighting things that aren't yours, or mentally being stuck. Like, it feels like it's time for you to take a leap into something different here. And the Five of Wands and the Strength card tells me that you're no longer holding back or in indecision, that you've decided what you're going to do is move away from that energy here. So move away from the lack, move away from the confusion. I feel like you're getting far more clear because the Sun is here. You're becoming far more clear about what you want, and that you're done with standing in this Nine of Wands where you're almost at the edge of making a huge difference in your life, Gemini. That's what it feels like. You're at this place where you're exhausted, and I feel like you might be exhausted from working a lot, but I feel like there's a decision that you're making here, and it is to pull away from redundancy here. It is to disconnect emotionally from the redundancy. We've got the Four of Cups here. I feel like you spent a really long time in the Hermit energy, which is trying to find your wisdom, growing yourself, being by yourself. It's not being alone or lonely. It's about solitude. And in order for us to hear our own inner voice, we got to get into the solitude. That's what the corporate world is for, Gemini. It drowns out your intuition. That's the whole purpose of the Matrix, is to drown out your intuition so you can make decisions that are best for you. So I feel like we have Hermit energy here because you're going over the details of being in the Four of Cups. You're like, why was I here for so long? Why am I leaving? Why am I leaving stuff on the shelf? Like, why am I leaving that cup on the shelf? I feel like opportunities have been coming at you, but you haven't seen them because the Sun wasn't here before. I feel like you were living in the Nine of Wands, like on the precipice of change, but not quite stepping into it. But the Fool tells me that you're ready to take a leap off the edge here, and you can see everything for what it is, my friend. You are the Magician. You've now started manifesting here, manifesting stability, money, opportunity, being stable, settling down. It feels like you now are picking a path, I want to say. When the King of Pentacles is here, that's the one who is the responsible one, right? I'm going to save my money. I'm going to find the opportunities, or allow the opportunities to find me, and then I'm going to go on on this new path of passion. I'm going to jump on this new path and I'm going to let it take me wherever it goes. I want to say that you're not taking any huge risks here. Like, I feel like the leap of faith is that you really have to trust yourself in order to take the leap of faith. It must be an educated leap of faith. But I feel like you're just sort of done with the redundancy of how your life has been going. And it's time for you to make a big change. And I feel like this big change is with the King of Pentacles. I feel like you've decided that you have all the tools to manifest whatever it is that you want and to get yourself on some sort of a new path. I love it. Look at that. Page of Pentacles is here. You are, in fact, your idea, whatever idea you have, my friend, the judgment here is materializing already. It's something very small, something you can touch, taste, and hold and feel. It's something very small, but I do believe just the simple thought of the judgment card showing up, I feel like now that judgment is here, you're going to see this opportunity. I feel like the opportunity kept like circling you, I want to say, but finally you're ready to see it as it shows up. So there is an opportunity here, I feel, that is coming at you here. It could be an opportunity in the Four of Wands, so to make a happier home. The Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. It could be maybe you haven't been putting a whole lot of work into something that you've decided that you're going to put work into, because now you're in a change of mind here. You're in a change of mind. It feels like you're coming out of this place of knowing what you know, but it's time for other people to see that you know what you know. The Four of Wands tells me that your whole family, your posterity, your stability is all wrapped up in the Wheel of Fortune. You needed to make change. And I feel like because you did, the universe answers back with the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. I absolutely love it for you. It's fated changes. It's divine timing. It's things that are abundant because you made the decision to see things with the Judgment card. I love it. We've got the Hermit. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got more Leo energy here. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Leo. We've got Libra and Taurus. We've got Aquarius energy. We've got Cancer and Pisces energy. We've got Virgo and Piscean energy. All right. Tell me what else is going on for Gemini, please. Tell me what else we need to know about Gemini in the week ahead. I love that reading for you, man. Something is about to change. For some of you, whoever that resonated with, something that you have been holding back from or not willing to look at, whether it's burdens, whether it's unloading things, I feel like something is about to come your way that is very life-changing. And I feel it's because you are the magician. You have manifested it. Tell me what else Gemini needs to know, please. We do have the Two of Cups. Look, we started the last hand with the Two of Cups. This time, it's in the position of being at the very top of your mind. Tell me what we need to know about the Two of Cups for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I feel like I'm speaking to a single Gemini, someone who is at this point already abundant. Maybe you have your own business. Possibly you're just working really hard on yourself. This is not only about money, but it definitely is about that. Pentacle stuff is your 3D stuff. I feel like you're feeling abundant and confident and that things are going really good in your Pentacle world. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you have everything that you need in your Pentacle world. You have all the material things, and now you're looking at love. We do have the Seven of Swords. Maybe you've been keeping that under the surface. That now that you have your Pentacles in order, now that you have your 3D worth stabilized and solid and grounded and confident about that, that it might just be time for you to look into the Two of Cups. But I feel like the Seven of Swords is telling me that you're hiding it under the surface or concealing it, not telling anybody. That's what it feels like here. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, what you're not telling other people is that you're preparing to take some sort of an adventure. You're preparing to make some sort of a decision about what you're passionate about or something that really drives your passion. We do have the Seven of Wands here. I feel like you've built a lot of material wealth here, my friend, over the last little while. And I feel like your boundaries are really tight in love because of that. What you don't want is someone coming in who's a gold digger to take whatever it is that you've got financially, that you're not really willing to share it. You're keeping it under the surface. I feel like you're not really willing to share it at this time. And it's not because you're stingy. It's because you've been taken advantage of before. That's what it feels like here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you've worked really, really hard. So the Eight of Pentacles is the self-mastery. I want to say that you've worked so hard that you've come to the Nine of Pentacles from the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like you know now, it's almost like you're about to breach the surface, Gemini. I want to say that there's a decision that you're about to make that is going to, like, I'm seeing right now, Charlie is my guide, and he shows me my clairvoyancy, and I'm seeing a whale breach the surface, right? And it feels like it's your decision to be seen, is what it feels like. Whether it's in love or passion or what it is, whether it's adventure, you're making a choice to be seen here. Tell me why the Two of Cups is here. After being under the surface for a while, you're making a choice to be seen. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Eight of Cups, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So what I feel is going on here is that you've decided it's time for you to take a risk of some sort. And that risk, we've got the Eight of Cups here. It feels like it's time for you to stop being disconnected emotionally. We do have the Two Cups here, right? You're after the 10 Cups. The Knight of Wands is chasing in for the gold. I want to say, like, I just saw a horse race is what I saw, and I saw a horse getting across the finish line. So I feel like you've made a decision that you're looking for the 10 Cups, not just the 2. That 8 and 2 is 10, right? I've got the Page of Pentacles here, and I want to say that an opportunity is already on its way. And I feel like it's about to show itself with this Two of Wands, that it's about to breach the surface. I feel like you've been under the surface with it for a while. You're about to get some sort of a really big download from the universe, a triumphant or aha realization, idea, whatever it is. And it feels like you're going to go on some sort of a path here because the Ace of Swords is in the upright. We do have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and then we have the Ten of Swords in the upright. I feel like, we do have the Two of Cups here, right? The 8 and the 2 is the 10 of Cups. And so I want to say that first you have to go through this enlightenment stage. You have to get out of the 7 and into the 8. You have to start thinking about what it is that you want for the future. With the 10 of Cups in the reverse and the 10 of Swords here, I feel like we're at the end of cycles that were really tough. That maybe you had a relationship that is either dying or is no longer viable. I'm seeing somebody like I've been making sourdough starter because I want to try and learn how to make bread at home. And I feel it's kind of like that. It's like your starter is bubbling. It's time for you to get out of this energy of the 10s and go to the 1s, right? The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles, please. We do have the King of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Four of Wands. So I feel like what you're working really hard on here is not only your pentacle wealth, but I feel like you're looking at possibly entertaining the thought of getting into some sort of a romantic relationship. You're showing up here as the King of Cups. I know that you're an air sign, but you're showing here as the King of Cups, and I feel like you're showing me you are deep, that you are someone who is very beautiful, sort of mushy-gushy underneath, but maybe on the surface you're not somebody who really shows people that. The Knight of Cups tells me that you fall in love easily, or that you are wildly romantic. And then we have the Four of Wands. It really does feel like what you're ready to work hard on is finding love, finding new love. Because I feel like you have breached the surface, right? We do have water. And I was just talking about the whale breaching the surface. I feel where you've breached the surface here, my friend, is with your emotions. I feel like you've become emotionally intelligent. You've just learned all of the energies about the King of Cups. You've become emotionally intelligent, emotionally wise, ready to share yourself. Maybe not all of yourself on the surface right away, but you're ready to let somebody in here. And I feel like you're going to do it with the Knight of Cups, that there is what you are hoping for is now that you're emotionally available and you see romance for what it is, it's like you have a new respect for it and a new respect for yourself. The Four of Wands is telling me what you really do want is you want to be in a solid, sturdy, fun, happy household relationship, that kind of thing. We do have the Hermit in the reverse. You're coming out of your place of solitude. You've gained enough wisdom up to this point to make a decision. And we do have the Eight of Swords with the Five of Swords. So I feel like it was time to get out of hermit mode, because I feel like you started sort of spiraling, I want to say. And sometimes it can be, if we stay in the hermit mode too long, we can do that, right? We tend to overthink, which is the Eight of Swords. The Five of Swords tells me that you start thinking, oh, maybe this isn't the place I should be. But the King of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that you're in the reverse here because it's time for you to look within. It's time for you to stop over-giving to everyone else to try and look like the good person or the good guy or the good woman. I feel like it's time for you to look inside and know that you have wealth. Know that you are ready to settle down. It's all about you. It never was about them. All you got to do is attract somebody who's going to feel the same way. And I feel like your decision that you make in the Pentacle world is about the Magician. I feel like you begin to manifest. You no longer want to be on the outside looking in of your life. It's time to participate, Gemini, and do the things that you want to do. We do have a lot of water, by the way. We have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. We also have Aquarius energy here. We do have quite a few swords, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and the Knight of Wands, who is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. All right. Last hand, friend. Let's find out what else is going on here. Last hand for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What else do we need to know about Gemini, please? What else do we need to know about Gemini? For the week ahead, please tell me about Gemini. Tell me about Gemini. What else do we need to know? I think something has... Nope, it hasn't. Hang on. Oh, yeah, it did. I thought something had flipped here. It was the Five of Wands. All right. What else? Why do we have the Five of Wands here, please, for Gemini? We have the Three of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. Okay. So I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's telling me that I feel like you've been holding yourself back from doing something. You've been holding yourself back, arguing with the self. You can see these two people are in a tug and a pull, right? And it feels like that's what you've been doing. It feels like you've been inward. For me, the Five of Wands is the inward energy of the tug and the pull. I'm beating myself up, or I'm in an argument with myself, and therefore I'm holding back because I'm not making a decision. I feel like the Three of Wands is telling me that something is about to arrive, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I feel like the thing that you've been holding back on, or that you have not really understood, really, that you were holding back from, maybe you did understand it, that maybe you're holding back from being social or celebrating something. It feels like somebody has been stuck with themselves in lack for a little while here. Tell me about the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands, please. We have the Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, I would say you were stuck. You were stuck in this Five of Wands, beating the self up, not speaking up. And I feel like the reason you weren't speaking up is because you were waiting for something else to transpire here. The Queen of Swords is showing up, which tells me you're about to liberate yourself from a situation, but I feel like you're waiting on something. Let's get one more card out and do some clarifying. We've got the Nine of Wands. So I feel like what you're waiting on is some sort of information or a moment of liberation so you can get yourself out of this stuck energy. I want to say you went from like being celebratory or having fun to being stuck. And I'm not really sure why, but we'll clarify a little bit. I feel like you're waiting. It's almost like you were waiting for someone to tell you it was okay to do it. But it feels like now you are deciding to liberate yourself from the waiting. Tell me about what you were waiting for and why you've decided you're no longer going to wait. We do have the wish fulfillment. So it does look like here that you were waiting on balance, waiting on wish fulfillment, waiting on healing. But I feel like you just need to liberate yourself and decide that you're going to manifest. Decide you're really going to get into manifestation mode. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Wands. Look, I think that's all it's going to take. The Ten of Pentacles is all of the abundance, my friend. It could be money, it could be love, it could be job, it could be whatever it is. But it feels like there's a windfall or there's money to be had here. And I feel like the universe was waiting on you and you were waiting on the universe. It's like, okay, bring me what I want. But the universe is saying, but you have to do some of the work too. You can hope and wish and pray for the best job in the whole world. But if you don't go out there and apply for it, if you don't get the education that you need in order to be qualified to apply for it, then it's stuck with you. It stays in redundancy, right? But when you decide to stand up, when you decide to take your energy and stand up and say to the universe, look, I'm ready for my my manifestation, and I'm willing to put the work in that needs to be put in order to get the victory. So I do feel like you've been waiting on the universe. The universe has been waiting on you. And I feel you've also been waiting for the last wand to drop here, because I want to say that you're so close to this breakthrough, but I want to say you need to stop waiting for the person, waiting for the right job, waiting for the, stop making wishes. Start writing them down so they're goals. Stop making wishes, because wishes don't do anything, really. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the King of Wands. I love that. So we've got this this energy of disconnecting or releasing emotion and jumping into the energy of the King of Wands. That's the one who is pursuing life, pursuing passion, taking a step forward. This is in pursuit of all of the things that are a hell yeah. Because if it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no. So I feel like what you're doing is you're leaving behind all the other things that you settled for. It's time to stop settling for the things that are actually yours. It's time to stop settling for like playing under the surface, not breaching the surface, right? It's time to stop that. It's here. It feels like you're like, it's just going to take too much work to get out of the Nine of Wands, Elsie, and you're absolutely correct. We get ourselves stuck in this pattern when we refuse to reach out for the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands gets us out of the 10, right? It gets us out of the 9. It adds the Ace of Wands, and then we can move forward here. We can drop the burdens and then we can go. So I feel like you've been stuck in the Nine of Wands energy for a little bit. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles. It feels like you've decided that something is worth all the trouble. And so I want to say that it's your manifestation, that you feel like it's worth putting in all the energy, even though you may not know what you're doing right now. Nobody knows how to be a pentacle farmer. So I feel like you are going to put a lot of effort in, and you're going to get a lot of effort out, because I think you go from the 7 to the 10. But I want to say from the 7 to the 10, there's 3 in between. It feels like you need to start networking, getting out there, seeing people, being social, right? This is something that I feel like you were stuck in. You refused to get out there and be social. You were beating yourself up about that. That's what it feels like. But I feel like you're going to get the victory should you decide to do this 3 of Cups thing here. Yeah, giving reciprocity to people. And absolute happiness is what ensues from this. And I feel it's almost like someone was scared of their success. The Eight of Swords is here. And it's about, feeling like your hands are tied. I can't have my 10 of Cups. The eyes are covered. And it's like I can't see it. I can't feel it. It's like you're being stuck in your head. You put yourself in this prison of the mind. But I want to say with the 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups, it tells me that now you're ready to be a little more social and give reciprocity to people, do a little bit of networking possibly, and that is what's going to bring you happiness. Whether this is happiness of the home or not, the 10 of Cups isn't always about family. It can be your family, but listen, when you change your mind and you change your situation and you liberate yourself and you bring in more money or more abundance, everyone around you is going to benefit from that. So you were waiting for something here. You were waiting for communication, waiting to learn a lesson. It feels like it took you a really long time to learn this lesson, Gemini, but please don't fret about that. Everything happens in divine timing. You weren't supposed to see it till now. You weren't supposed to understand it until now. Things were moving super slow. And I feel like it was moving super slow at you. You were waiting. But I feel like this is telling me that you finally learned the lesson. And the lesson is that everything that is for you is constantly being offered to you on a daily basis. But whether you see it or recognize it when it shows up is really up to you. It feels like you have recognized with this King of Wands and the 9 of Wands that all you needed needed to do was reach for that staff. All you needed to do is start manifesting a new path. And there it is. It opens up for you. You get to drop your burdens. You get to disconnect from whatever you were settling for. And it's time to put in some effort, some hard work into it here. You've become the student. I just really love it. Because when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And there we go. So I feel like you now have lessons you can teach other people. I feel like with this, the Judgment card and the Seven of Wands, I feel like you've decided that you're going to allow people to be who they are. All you got to do is put up some boundaries. You let people be who they are and you watch them from a distance and then make your decisions and move accordingly. That's what it feels like here. So I feel like you are now a student of the game. Rather than feeling like you have it all down or that you know everything about life, I feel like you've decided that Judgment here is whatever's meant for you will never pass you by, and that showed up in the other hand as well, right? The first hand I did, and I feel like that's what we're ending with. You learning a lesson because you've decided to become the student of the boundaries. The boundaries are for you, not for them, right? So you realize that you will always give them A when they give you, you will always give them B when they give you A. No matter what the situation is, that you have boundaries. No, you can't talk to me like that. No, you can't treat me like that. No, I'm not going to contact you first. If you want me, come get me. Like, it feels like that. Those are some of the decisions that you're making here. You're about to go on some sort of an adventure here. You're preparing to go on some type of adventure that is going to require you to change a lot. This is all about self-mastery. And when we know better, we do better. Maya Angelou has told us that for decades, right? I feel like you know better, and I feel like you're about to do better because the Sun is here with the Death card, and it tells me that transformation is on the table. And if it's not next week, it might be happening right now. You're going to see the situation for exactly what it is, and when you transform, all that's left is to grow. Breach the surface, my friend. It's the whale breaching the surface. It's a decision that you're making in the 3D about how life is going to go for you from here. I love it. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.